There are numerous different variations of bounding drills. Most of the single leg bounding, what you really want to focus on is getting a pop with the knee driving towards the chest. You're not necessarily actively driving the knee towards the chest, but you want to pop off the ground so that you're not just striking the ground with a straight leg. You're actually bounding. So, think of a deer, where it's prancing, boing, boing. There's a rhythm to it. There's a kind of like a cycle to it. So the next thing that you can focus on with different variations, more so the single leg variations, we have our standard variations where you're going to be focusing more on striking the ground versus trying to get off the ground as quickly as possible. So you're actually hitting the ground with a lot of force and bouncing. So you can even practice this without even jumping and just kind of, hitting the ground like this, focusing on your different arm swings. And with our bounding that is going to be more vertically oriented, we're going to be placing the arms behind like this because the arms are going to propel us forward. The shoulders are going to propel us upward when we're doing this. And so when we do this, we want to strike with the midfoot here, 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 here. That's what it should look like. Then, if you want to progress a little bit, you can do what I call moonwalks, where you're going here, focusing on just kind of jumping and landing, but not just, here. Okay, we don't want to just, again, strike with a completely straight leg. We want to bound into it, get a rhythm where you're focusing on, contacting with the ground in a way that is stable. So that's kind of the first part. And the second part is, with the single leg bounding, we also have a horizontal variation, and that is going to be where you're striking more with the front foot. This is going to be a lot more intensive. You'll feel for the lower leg to where you're actually trying to get off the ground as quickly as possible. And with this one, you are alternating your legs because we're focusing on, again, more horizontal trajectory, and we're focusing more on speed rather than power. So with these ones, though, we're also trying to get more range. So you're doing the normal bounding like this. There's not going to be much range because the vertical displacement is more like this. When you're going horizontal, we have our back leg where we are propelling forward. So there's going to be a lot more range here. And so it's a lot better if you alternate your arms on this one when you're striking with the front of your foot for that type of bounding. And this is essentially what it looks like. If you were just doing it, slowly walking, it's difficult to do because it's very speed oriented. So here, 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 here. That's what it should look like. And so alternating the arms is going to allow you to get more range horizontally and speed-wise. And then the last thing is with all the bounds, it's very helpful, if you have a specific amount of space, it's very helpful if you give yourself a little bit of a run-up. So you don't just go straight into the bound, but you give yourself a little bit of momentum going forward and like that. So just as a demonstration, this would be our power bounds or our more vertical bounds, very low level. So we got here. Notice how focusing on that vertical displacement. And then we have our more horizontal where we're alternating the arms. We get a little bit of a run up, boing, 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 boing. So kind of like that. So that's a little breakdown of